Everything in life's a question, but some questions don't have answers. The world's a stage in an open book. We're just actors living life out by the chapter. Not a question, don't bother trying to find the answer.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time you're watching, and welcome to the very first episode of Life and Games. I'm your host, Cameron Ford, and as always, joined by my co-host, the streamer, the dreamer, the man who does not like coffee with creamer, Mr. Carl Southern. How are you doing, Carl?
Pretty good, Cameron. How's it going, man?
It's going pretty good.
Awesome.
For those who've been kept in the loop, the closest ones to us, they know we've been doing a lot of work today, a lot of work all week, really.
Yeah.
Since we had a little unaired pilot last week that you will never see.
Oh, you'll see it eventually.
Oh, yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, so we'll do a quick rundown. Here's how the show works, okay? Each week, we get together to discuss a few topics revolving around life, games, and everything in between. This week's topics are the CDC's update and guidelines for vaccinations and masks. Second one being the big box stores like Target, Walmart. They're not going to be selling Pokemon cards anymore. We're also going to touch on the big gasoline crisis we seem to be having for some reason. And we're going to round it out with Doge Coin and whether or not it's going to actually survive or if it's just a meme. So, but first, I'd like to ask Carl.
Yeah.
You been playing any video games lately?
Oh, I've been playing some video games lately.
Tell me all about it, my friend.
So, I have actually started up my Twitch channel again, and YouTube. A couple of years ago, about 2-3 years ago now, I was getting pretty into the YouTube streaming, but then lots of things happened. Moved cities, changed jobs, started school again, had a kid. Just life just really went hard for a minute, and I wasn't able to do it. But I've picked it back up, and I've been playing a lot of Pokemon TCGO. I can thank you for that, honestly.
Yeah, I've been playing quite a bit of that as well. It's very fun. So.
Yeah, I didn't expect it because I haven't actually played the Pokemon trading card game since, man, I had to have been in elementary school.
Like Gold and Silver.
Yeah, and I don't even think I really played it then.
Yeah. Back when I was little, I didn't play it at all. The first game I actually played, I think, was Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Because Pokemon, we just collected them and we just threw them at each other,
Yeah, whichever Pokemon won was the coolest one.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it did won a battle on the TV show that week.
Yeah. And it seems like we've gone full circle because this week we're going to be talking about how they're banned in stores. And back when I was in school, they got banned there too for pretty much the same reason.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I'd love to get into that.
Which is hilarious. But so our first topic this week is going to be a little heavy.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking about the CDC's update on vaccinations and masking. So the news story says the CDC came out and said, you get vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask at all anymore. Which is kind of a far cry from what they were saying for a while there. Specifically, I remember they put out that flow chart where it said if you were in, whether you were vaccinated or not, if you were in large crowds or your public transport or pretty much anywhere where you're going to be in close proximity to people, you had to wear your mask.
Mm-hmm.
And they've just totally walked that back. So what do you think about it?
I think as long as, the CDC, they're very smart people down there. And if the science backs it up, a lot of people were calling it, an about face or they're walking it back. But if it was backed up by science, new information, then, hey, let's always work with the new information. So when it comes to that, I'm not really angry at the CDC for having a different stance on something, especially later when there's newer information. But how do I feel about being able to, roam freely if you're vaccinated?
It's going to be so nice.
I think that's just the vaccines doing their job, and I'm really grateful for it. So that gives me hope that we'll be back to normal very soon. And people, I hesitate to use the word new normal because I think
it's been going around a lot. So.
Yeah. I think people are just going to get back to the new old normal. There's going to be a few holdouts. I was on Twitter today, and there's a lot of people who are saying, even though I'm vaccinated, I'm still going to wear my mask. So I think you're still going to see some people that are going to be wearing their masks, and they're going to be distancing for quite a while. But
the hesitancy is definitely going to be there. Yeah. I know going out today, still a lot of people still just wearing their masks and stuff. And around here, we're a little slow on the uptake as far as the vaccines go. I know a lot of the people I know have not gotten it probably only maybe 10% of the people I actually know. But real quick, before we get too deep into it, we need to put out a disclaimer that says we're not doctors.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not journalists.
No.
So any of the information you hear today, don't take it to heart. Don't be like, oh, I heard that. No.
Yeah.
Don't cite us for nothing.
So Kameron said it, so I'm going to
yeah. Well,
take off my mask.
Yeah. You can blame me, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
but I do have some concerns about this whole update. Specifically, a news story that happened, I think it was Friday morning. So there is a very popular HBO show called Real Time with Bill Maher. Bill Maher has been a more left-leaning person and he has his own show on HBO every Friday night. It's about an hour or two long. And he brings guests on. The former President Obama's been on the show. It's very popular.
Yeah.
Bill Maher being someone, a Hollywood elite per se, he got vaccinated very early.
Yeah.
Right. He got both rounds. He's been good for a minute. The news story came out I think it was the next day after the CDC put this announcement out, that said that this Friday's episode was canceled because Bill himself had tested positive for COVID despite being fully vaccinated. Now, the thing to know about that is he's totally fine.
Right.
Like, he's totally asymptomatic. The issue was that he would then pass that to those who may not have gotten the vaccine or, as everybody knows right now at this current time, children can't get it below 12. So, you bring that home to your kid and they might get sick. But it really confuses me a little bit because it seems like, the science is saying you're vaccinated, you're good, you should be fine, yet they're still taking precautions like this.
Right.
And another thing that kind of is confusing, and this is the main point here, I think, is that we don't have very good, concise information on this whole situation, on pretty much anything anymore these days. So we really have to cherry pick the news that we want and go with it. But if you remember when COVID first started, the CDC came out and said, you need to wear your mask, you need a social distance. And the purpose of the mask was not necessarily to protect the individual, but to keep their germs from spreading.
Right.
So unless the unvaccinated people are walking around with like N95s where nothing's getting in there, they're still going to get hit.
So here, let me ask you this. If the CDC says you've been vaccinated and you can walk around freely, but Bill Maher having been vaccinated, now showing testing positive for COVID-19, I'm wondering what's that about? Is it, maybe he got an early vaccination? Or maybe, we don't know. Do we know which vaccination he got?
I don't know.
We don't know that. Do we know? I don't know a whole lot about vaccinations. I'm going to start speaking some real ignorant talk right about now. So just disclaimer. I mean, is it possible that when you get vaccinated, that you can show up positive for COVID-19? Maybe it's just the antibodies or whatever it is.
I was going to say, I know the antibody test will still show positive because you did take it. Like it is in your system. That's the whole point. But I don't honestly know.
But wouldn't everybody?
If we think about it from the same aspect of the flu vaccine, people can still get a little sick. And we're not screening people for the flu all the time. Like, nobody probably would have figured that out.
Yeah.
Had they not been constantly testing them.
Right.
And I have to assume that it was just a swab. It wasn't like a temperature check or anything like that. Or else.
Can't assume.
Yeah. Well, we can't assume. Maybe he showed up with a blistering fever and he's like, I'm fine.
No, it says he's asymptomatic though, so he definitely didn't do that. So Bill Maher is asymptomatic, has been vaccinated, test positive for COVID-19, cancels the show. CDC says, nah, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's very, and
So if the CDC says so, do we go by CDC guidelines? So if he were to go by CDC guidelines and say, whatever, I've been vaccinated, I'm going to go around without a mask.
Yeah.
Did they say? Obviously, I guess the guidelines will say, even if you're vaccinated, even if you test positively, stay home. I assume that's what the CDC guidelines would say.
Yeah, you would think so.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So if you've been vaccinated, you still need to show a negative test result or documentation of recovery before boarding an international flight.
Well, that's smart.
So I would assume that you could adopt that sort of same precaution when it comes to being in gatherings with people, being at work.
Are we going to be doing this testing thing for the rest of our lives then?
No, I don't think so. COVID-19, I don't know. So that's the thing. What do the numbers, how low do the numbers have to go and for how long before all of this is over with, right?
Yeah, I've heard anywhere between 70 and 80% vaccination rate is the goal in order to achieve herd immunity or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
My big thing is, and okay, another disclaimer. I was listening to Ben Shapiro.
Oh God, we're canceled already.
Yeah, right. Now,
we're done.
Here's a fun
It's over
fact
with,
about
boys.
me. I try to get every side of every story.
Yeah, you don't do that though.
Yeah, I
You can't get every side.
well, no, but
Only one side.
welcome to 2021.
Right.
So I was listening to Ben Shapiro show, and he was remarking about how now that the CDC has put out these new guidelines, people were going out in public that have already been vaccinated. They're not wearing their masks, all that stuff. And yet certain individuals are still criticizing them for not masking up.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't agree with a lot of what Ben says, maybe 40%.
Okay, we're uncanceled now.
Yeah. No, again, I just listen to everything. I don't necessarily take it to heart. But what he did say that I do appreciate is that if you and your kin, your closest circle, if you're all vaccinated,
Yeah.
why do you care what other people are doing?
Well,
You won't get sick.
you're still there with them. Still there with them, right?
What do you mean?
If they can see you not wearing a mask, then you know. I'm just trying to play the devil's advocate here.
No, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, though. Like, if you and everyone you take care of that's in your immediate family, if everybody gets vaccinated, why do you care what other people are doing? Because it does not directly affect you.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you're the type of person to go out and you know, you care that much about, you know, this, which a lot of people should, but if you care so much to, you know, assume someone is either not vaccinated if they're not wearing their mask, or criticize them for not, you know, for going against the CDC guidelines.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, what's your thought process there, that you're still going to somehow, through this network of people, get infect someone?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, here's the cynical take. Are you just, you know, a warrior of some kind, some sort of vaccination justice warrior?
Yeah. Well,
whose identity is tied up in, you know,
yelling at the pro
stopping
maskers.
COVID. Yeah,
The people that are like, no, you must cover everything.
And since we're doing disclaimers all the time,
Oh boy.
since this is 2021
Hot
and
take.
we've had four disclaimers already in our podcast.
Uncancelable.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer, or you know, I'm not against slowing the spread, doing what you can.
Right. You're a man of science, Carl.
Yeah,
I think we both are.
If the science
says we do it.
You don't need to wear a mask, then I'm not wearing a mask. If you're vaccinated, right?
That's one thing we do agree on, because like there are people way smarter than me making these decisions.
Right. I don't work at the CDC.
Yeah. No, me either.
The only disease I control is my crippling card game addiction.
Oh yeah.
And that's not even really under control.
I'm right there with you. But
Yeah.
so one thing that does concern me a little bit is, you know, you and I, most of the people I'd say in our generation, we take the time to go read news stories.
Yeah.
We take cross opinions. We try to get information from every angle.
Right.
Average Joe sees on the news, CDC says no more mask, and that's it. So if they make the law of the land, the only difference is private businesses can still be like, yo, dog.
Yeah.
We don't do that here.
So how long until, I mean, I imagine it's already happened, that, you know, somebody walks into Walmart and the greeter there is like, hey man, do you have a mask? And then the temper tantrum starts.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for the employees of stores like that, because
Shout out to the Walmart greeters, for real. If you're a Walmart greeter and you're listening to this, or really any kind of person that has to enforce masks,
retail personnel.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to you. You're the real ones right now, because God, I don't have the patience or the constitution to deal with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't fight with anybody. I'd just be like, supervisor, I'm not doing this job. I'm not. You can fire me. I will go work at Taco Bell.
Feel bad for the supervisor too.
Yeah.
Anybody who has to take the brunt of that heat is like.
Yeah. I mean, also, since we're doing shout outs, shout out to the real frontline heroes, you know, medical staff, nurses, doctors.
Absolutely.
Those are the real ones, for real. And then directly underneath those are the retail greeters.
Yeah. There's that much of a gap.
Just that much. I mean, and I only say this because I'm so sympathetic. Because I work at a bank and we have to ask people to wear a mask to come inside. But I think that since, you know, banks are, and I'm not saying this is what I believe, but, you know, there's this, I don't know, assumption of like status or importance or whatever it is. It's like, oh, I'm in a bank, I've got to behave, you know, things like that. So they're less likely to argue. It's like, I mean, I can't help you with your money if you don't have a mask. So they're gonna follow. But if it's somebody just trying to go get some Cheetos and a pack of cigarettes, they're gonna be like, you know what? Forget about you, man. I'm gonna
unmatched flip flops. I'm sure we've all been to peopleofwalmart.com.
Oh yeah,
come on now.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it.
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, shout out to you, peopleofwalmart.com, doing the Lord's work. All right. Well, I think we'll go ahead and just. You got anything else to say about that?
I guess just wrap it up. CDC says you don't have to wear a mask if you're vaccinated 2 weeks after you're vaccinated. That's a key piece of information.
It's important, yeah.
If you just got vaccinated, wait 2 weeks. If you're going to go get tomorrow, you're going to wait 2 weeks. And yeah, if somebody's vaccinated and they're not wearing a mask, just, have them mind their business. Just mind your own business no matter what. Unless somebody is literally coughing in your face.
Yeah.
Or getting super close to you.
Yeah.
Just,
Here's the podcast
social
motto.
distance.
You do you.
Yeah, you do you, buddy.
Okay. So, topic 2. We're going to get into Walmart and Target deciding...
Speaking of Walmart.
Speaking of Walmart. They're not going to sell Pokemon cards anymore.
Yeah, why not?
Or any TCG cards. I know most of our listeners probably aren't the big card game nerds. We are. But, so this has kind of been a long time coming. And it rolling back into the vaccine COVID talk, it all kind of started back when everybody went into lockdown. If you pay any attention to any sort of entertainment media, you'll know that during the lockdown, a lot of entertainment hobbyist stuff was in short supply. Think about the PlayStation 5 shortages. Think about everybody switching to Zoom. Suddenly, video cards, webcams, all of that stuff just skyrocketed in price, or you just straight up can't find it. The same thing happened with Pokemon cards. So, popular former Vine star and YouTuber and apparently professional boxer, Logan Paul.
Renaissance man.
Huh?
Renaissance man.
Yeah. A real woodsman. He kind of started all this, actually. So the Pokemon card collecting circle, the crew, has been not small, but definitely like any other hobby. You've got your select group of people, you've got your select group of YouTube channels that handle that. And then all of a sudden, Logan decides he wants to kind of get into the game, and he goes and buys a first edition base set booster box for, I think it was like, what was it, like $300,000?
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Like that.
I mean, it was first edition, like the very first printing back when Wizards of the Coast used to handle.
Yeah, I remember that.
But so he goes and buys this box. Apparently, he has a guy, a card dealer.
Oh yeah, he's got him he's got a burner phone just for him.
Yeah.
This isn't the guy you just go to their house.
No,
they meet up under a bridge. Yeah.
Scratch that itch.
Got the goods. No, it's more professional than that. It's you roll up in a limo and with a briefcase full of money.
Yeah.
He comes in. He's got bodyguards.
Like the old Yu-Gi-Oh scene.
Yeah.
With Kaiba.
Yeah, like a blue-eyes white dragon. Except
Yeah.
this is Charizard. Is more than that. He's got some guys with some suits. They got the earpiece in there.
The earment.
Yeah. They clasp their hands in front of their crotch. They stand there looking all professional with the dark shades on.
Oh yeah.
There was a couple of those guys around there. No. They're down here.
Oh,
their hands are down there. Yeah.
Yeah. Just waiting to open the door for you. Anyway, so Logan buys this first edition box of Pokemon cards, and he streams himself opening it on Twitch.
Yeah.
And to his YouTube audience and all of that. Suddenly, you get a lot more exposure to the Pokemon trading card game because in the first edition set, what's the card we always wanted?
Oh, it's got to be Charizard.
It's Charizard.
It's Charizard for sure.
So the first edition Charizard from base set is worth way too much money. I don't know the exact metric, but it is insane. It's worth more than the box.
I think like 100.
So if you happen to get one in like mint 10 condition, it's a house. Like it's insane. So Logan gets all of this attention drawn to the Pokemon trading card game. He also did a co-stream with somebody I actually really like from the card game community named Leonhardt. He's a YouTuber, former attorney who quit his job to handle just opening Pokemon cards on YouTube.
That's the dream.
Yeah, he's living it, dude. Anyway, so he had a stream with him where I think Logan got 3 boxes of first edition base sets.
Wow.
Yeah, they had like a whole vlog about him transporting them. It was literally like he was smuggling drugs.
Yeah.
And so they open all of those on stream, and that blew it out the water because the amount of money that he made from those boxes by selling the singles was just through the roof.
Yeah, I mean, you think you like double your profits on the box. You might buy a box for like $50K, make $100K off the singles.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you're anywhere near our circles as far as entertainment goes, you'll probably have noticed, because what this actually did is all of the smaller channels, it started to trickle down to them where they're like, this is what gets the views.
Brand new channels too.
Yeah. And the thing is, it created this terrible effect where you've got, I don't know if you know Charlie, Critical or Penguin Zero on YouTube started doing pack openings. You've got Pay Money Wubby. You know, these aren't like huge channels, but they're big enough to where they can steer their entire audience into a direction, and that's where they went. And a lot of other channels also followed, where they're going out, they're buying, and a lot of these channels, they can't buy $50,000, $100,000 boxes of Pokemon cards. So what do?
They buy the new stuff.
They buy the new stuff. So you got them buying new stuff. You got a whole bunch of new eyes on a product during COVID times with supply constraints. And then all of a sudden, the little Timmy, who goes with his mommy to Walmart, and she said, all right, I'll get you a pack of cards.
No.
He's walking home with nothing.
Little Timmy's not going to get
He ain't getting nothing.
I mean, and it's even more than that. It's even more than just the YouTubers. It's the people, the scalpers.
Oh my, yeah.
The scalpers, man. Let me tell you a story about the other day. Okay, I work inside of a Walmart. I don't work at Walmart. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just want to clarify. No. Just so you know where I'm at. You know what my perspective is. You know, my workplace rents one of those little spaces inside the Walmart, so I'm kind of shoved in the wall there.
Yeah.
And I go and I walk in to the Walmart at 9:30 in the morning. Right, I see a group of teenagers there. They're hanging around the trading card game aisle, and they're talking about Pokemon cards, and they're looking around. You know, they're circling the carcass,
because
there's
like
nothing.
The sharks.
Yeah. There's nothing on the shelves, and you know, I'm just kind of curious, and I hear them talking, and they mention something like, "Oh yeah, she said her routes are on a Tuesday and a Friday." And this is a Friday.
They had the inside scoop.
This
isn't the first time I've heard that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like somehow these people are like figuring out supply chain routes.
Well, they're talking to they're finding the people that are stocking the shelves, and they're just going and asking them. And so it was Friday. It was 9:30. So I figured, okay, well, she's not here yet. So better luck next time, guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to work, and I'm working for a few hours. About 12:30 comes around, and it's lunchtime. So I go walking into Walmart, going towards the bathroom, and these kids are still there. It's like 3 hours later, and they're hovering, just waiting. And there's a couple of more of them there too. And let me tell you,
the pile grew.
The pile grew.
The pack.
The pack.
What do you call a group of sharks?
I don't know.
Pack of sharks?
I think it might be a shark pack.
Hoo-ha-ha.
But they were there for 3 hours, and I mean, let me tell you, when that woman came, those cards were gone.
Oh, it was like vultures?
Dude, it was exactly like vultures.
And that's one thing. So, okay. The area that we live in, it's relatively tame as far as crime, as far as crazy stuff. I mean, if we have a murder or something here in our area, we hear about it for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a once in every few years thing, somebody gets murdered. I can only imagine the areas with a little bit higher crime population.
Oh, yeah.
All of the fights I've heard about, all of the just like chaos about people trying to get shiny cardboard.
Well, this whole thing, the whole reason that Target is no longer selling cards is because not even Pokemon, sports cards have been affected too.
Magic, sports, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, some guy got harassed outside of a Target for sports cards.
Oh, really? I didn't hear about that.
That was the article I saw. It says here, Target stopped selling Pokemon cards, citing safety concerns in stores. And where it is here, and the safety of our guests and our team is our top priority. And what happened was there was a man who got jumped outside of a Target.
Oh, he got jumped?
There were a few younger men, about 20 or so, 21.
Okay.
And something happened, a fight occurred, and something happened where a gun ended up, I think he pulled a gun.
No.
No shots were fired, I don't think, but he pulled his gun out.
Do you know what sport it was?
I don't know. Let's see here. I'm looking here, but yeah, that was the story I read.
Somebody pulled a gun on a guy over a sports card? Oh,
No. They jumped him and he pulled his gun out.
Oh, he was like, okay, yeah, good on you, I mean, American citizen.
It's weird.
If you're threatened for your life, that's what we do in this country. You're allowed to do that.
I mean, It's crazy, and it was
Yeah.
sports cards, and it's cardboard. It's no longer a collectible game. It's like this weird economy
Yeah.
where people are just hustling, and that's just everywhere you go right now. Everything's a hustle.
Yeah.
Every commodity is being scalped up and resold.
Yep.
People are trying to make a buck. They're not trying to produce anything.
Nope.
All they want to do is buy up all the things, hoard, and then sell at markups. So
Basically, drug dealers.
yeah. I mean, a lot of people are trying to hustle, and I'm not trying to knock anybody's hustle, really. And I'm not trying to say don't go out there and try to make some money. But there's a difference between, producing something, creating something,
Yeah.
providing a service, and just, scalping.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
You may not want to say it, but if you're scalping stuff that children like,
Mm-hmm.
why?
Yeah.
Why?
There's kids out there that can't
Let me
get
buy a
PlayStation.
graphics card. Come on, man.
Right. You're mining cryptocurrency.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the whole world. So if you don't know, if you're out of the loop, like we said at the top of the show, everything from computer parts to video games, trading cards,
webcams for a little while.
webcams. My coworker was telling me concert tickets.
That makes sense.
Hard to get. So everything. I mean, people are just out there buying up everything.
Toilet
Paper was a good one. The guy that got in trouble for the Germex, or the sanitizer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just a big thing. And if you're out there and look, guys, there's plenty of ways to make money. But the gasoline too, and they're not scalping it, but there's just this whole thing where everybody is. I mean, the gang solves the gas crisis.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we'll use that as a segue into our third topic: the gasoline shortage.
The great gasoline shortage.
The great gasoline shortage of 2021.
2021.
If you're not familiar, or maybe you're too young to drive, or you may live in a foreign country, this past week we were told there was a shortage of gasoline due to a hack on which pipeline was it?
The Colonial Pipeline.
Colonial Pipeline. Where was that at? Do you know?
Ransomware hack. Where was it at? I don't know, but I can find out real quick.
Okay, so basically, somebody, this group, what was their name?
It's a ransomware group. I don't know their name.
Anyway,
DarkSide.
DarkSide.
Yeah.
The hacker group DarkSide came forward and said, "Hey, hacked your pipeline." And if I'm not mistaken, the pipeline was down all day for 24 hours. And suddenly, just that one little supply constraint caused all this chaos.
Buying panic.
Yeah, absolute toilet paper 2.0. I mean, it really was.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I have my sister-in-law, she's a manager at a gas station, and it was just absolute pandemonium. There was wrecks in her.
Yeah.
People went nuts.
Nuts.
Absolutely nuts. Let me ask you, when did you buy gasoline this week?
Yesterday.
Did you have any problems?
No, I just pumped the gas.
Yeah, same. I did it 2 days ago. After all of this had calmed down, went to my regular gas station I go to all the time, and it was just like in out. I didn't even have to wait.
Yeah, no, there was nothing. I mean, so that's the thing, right? So all these shortages are like these weird self-perpetuating things, because much like with the toilet paper.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah. So you see, okay, there's the rumblings occur that there might be a shortage.
Is that the common denominator? The news.
The news, well, I don't know. I mean, the
They're
news
like, hey,
isn't
guess
the
what?
problem. I think just, I mean, maybe it's a little bit of the problem if they sensationalize, but if you're just reporting like, hey, heads up. But if you're like, no, there's no more gas, that's going to be a problem.
I mean, I don't know about you. I don't watch cable news anymore.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's kind of crap.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother topic. But
yeah.
But what I'm trying to get at is the rumblings occur. Something's going on short. Might be a gas shortage. Then the first wave of people, there's a panic buy. Well, let's go ahead and get our gas just to be sure.
Get enough for the lawnmower. Get enough for
fill up your tanks.
my generator.
Yeah. Maybe you fill up a generator. I don't know why you would do that, because the power's not going out.
Hey man,
but
if they're taking the gas,
well, that's going.
They might come and take my guns.
Biden's going to take your gas. That's right. So then there's the second people, right? The people that just Biden's coming to take all of our gas. They're afraid that they're going to wake up one day and Joe Biden got a siphon in their tank.
I can't tell you how many people I've seen that were like, "Oh, Joe Biden."
Yeah, damn it, Biden.
It's like he has nothing to do with this.
I mean, well, hey, don't you know Joe Biden's he's the leader of DarkSide, turns out.
Oh, fun fact from that Ben Shapiro video, he said Biden's first 100 days in office were just abysmal. Of course.
I mean, he's gonna.
Yeah.
If you're Ben Shapiro, you
you
trash
gotta-
Biden.
yeah,
It doesn't
it's-
matter what. He could have had the most stellar 100 days in office. And I'm not even trying to be political or anything.
Yeah, no, we're trying
Just
to...
commenting. And just, that's what you do.
Yeah.
He's got a brand. That would be so off-brand.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Things are kind of weird right now.
Yeah.
But it's hard to look at that whole scenario and be like, oh, you've been in office for 3 months. Everything is your fault.
Right. Well, let me finish my
Yeah, go ahead.
my little thing there.
All right.
So you get the panic buyers.
Right.
You get the people that are going to hoard, the hoarders, which are they're lumped in with the panic buyers, but the panic buyers are just going to fill themselves up. The hoarders are the type of people that fill trash bags up with gasoline and then catch their Hummers on fire in Florida. Yeah, they got that for. I mean, the hoarders are the people that do like the gang did in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and they go get plastic trash containers, and fill them full of gasoline.
I mean, I think we've all seen all the pictures gone around. The guy with like 12 containers in his trunk. The guy with the Tesla with the little trailer on it.
Oh yeah, with a Tesla.
It's like you're driving a Tesla.
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, always got a gas lawnmower.
Got a gas lawnmower.
You got like 15 of them
going
all at once.
You might go buy a Chevy. You never know.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's like, maybe he ran it. I bet there's a story there. I bet he was driving the truck and he couldn't get it to the station.
So he went and bought a Tesla?
He went and, I don't know if he went and bought it, but he definitely went and got the Tesla to go get enough gas to fill that thing up.
Yeah.
But,
So
I mean, it just goes to show, perfect example, people freaked out and everything was fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
there might not have been a gas shortage, but there certainly was because people went and bought all the gas.
Right. Yeah. They caused it.
I mean, it's crazy. Just the same thing happened with the toilet paper.
Yeah.
I don't even know who said that there wasn't going to be any more toilet paper, but there was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just...
So you sent me a story about the woman whose Hummer caught on fire in Florida.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it was deserved. I'm not saying that.
Another disclaimer.
I'm not saying that it was deserved. It's terrible. I would hate for anyone to get in trouble or get hurt like that. I'm just gonna say, maybe she'll think twice about filling her car full of flammable liquids. And I think she got pulled over. What happened was she got pulled over and tried to run away from the cops.
No.
I think her tag was expired or something.
Oh,
and she crashed and caught on fire.
Oh my God.
But
can you imagine just a police chase ending in absolutely
like
just a bonfire?
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's what you do, right? If you've got a car chock full of gasoline,
yeah,
you race the cops, bro.
Good plan.
Freaking, she's got so much gas, they'll run out of gas before she does.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. She maybe thought she could have made it.
Yeah, she'll just throw some gas out there, bro.
All right, you got anything else for this one, Carl? Any other news stories we need to cover on this topic?
On the gas?
Yeah.
No, I mean, just there was one thing that I thought was interesting.
What's
how they put out a statement.
Who's that?
And Dark Side, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thank you for keeping me on there because people like, what the heck is unclear.
Well, I don't know what's going on in your head, buddy.
Exactly. So Dark Side, the hacker group, that's behind all this with the ransomware on the pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
They were putting out the statement that basically said, "Oh, we were just trying to make some money. We didn't really want to cause problems with society. We were just trying to make some money." And it's like, there's way easier ways to do that. Maybe you won't make as much money, but manufacturing a gas shortage is definitely going to cause some problems for society.
That's not the way to go.
And who are they apologizing to? Anyways, they're extorting.
It's like we didn't mean to do that bad.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not going to save face.
Yeah,
there's nothing you can do aside from maybe owning it and going full supervillain.
Yeah,
at least I'd respect them a little more.
Right? It's like, geez, guys. I mean, we're just extorting companies for millions of dollars, and they got paid $5 million in cryptocurrency.
For what?
It was a ransomware thing.
Oh, no way.
You know what ransomware is, right?
They paid it out?
Yeah, they paid it out. They got $5 million in cryptocurrency.
Man.
And then they apologized.
Did they give back the cryptocurrency?
No. You don't.
What was it? Do you know what kind of? Does it just say cryptocurrency?
Yeah, it just says crypto. Hopefully it was Doge.
Yeah.
I would have if
$5 million in Doge Coin.
You know what I would have done?
Huh?
I might have done it in Doge.
Yeah.
You would have lost if they didn't specify the crypto. They just said, "Give me $5 million in crypto."
Oh, here's Ethereum Classic. Oh, dang it!
Not doing Doge, bro.
All right. So since we're on it, topic 4 is all about the Doge. Are we going to the moon, or are we just going through the waves, going to right down to the bottom of the ocean?
No, it's gonna. I mean, I don't think we're going to the moon.
You don't have the faith?
I mean, I had the faith. I had the faith for a minute, But
You didn't hodl?
I did not. I hodled for a little bit, but then I solded.
Oh, you sold.
I solded.
You okay. Just how much coin did you have? Mm-hmm. When did you buy it? Mm-hmm. At what rate did you buy it? Mm-hmm. And what did you sell it for?
So here's my story of crypto.
All right.
Of Doge. I was not following it at all. I had joined Robinhood, right? So I was getting into stocks, and I'm still playing some stocks. Not playing. I'm just buying stocks.
You're playing. That's what we're all.
It's not really playing. I'm not selling.
It's high class scratch offs.
Sure. No, I'm buying actually only Apple right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I want to
own Apple by the time I'm retire.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So I've got 3 shares of
Apple.
Apple.
Tim Cook, he's coming.
I'm coming for you, Timmy. Timmy already said he's not going to be there for more than 10 years anyway.
Really?
Yeah, he's on his way out. About 10 years.
You think you can get there right in his last day and be like, you were retiring tomorrow?
Yeah. Look, I'm trying to be on those meetings, the real board meetings. Yeah, I'm trying to be invited.
Where's the foldable phone?
Do it a couple of years.
That's gonna be you.
Yeah. But anyways, so I got into Robinhood, and I noticed that there were you could buy crypto.
Yeah.
So I thought, sure, well, let's take out some crypto.
New, I think.
Yeah. And I saw Doge, and it was at 34 cents.
Still pretty low.
That was the highest it had been.
Yeah.
At the time, but I didn't know. I didn't do my research. Okay, if you're gonna be buying crypto, do your research.
Yeah.
I just thought 34 cents. Bitcoin's like $50,000.
Yeah.
That's cheap as crap. So okay, I dumped $200 into it and got 531 Doge.
Dang, got me beat.
Yeah. And the next day it was down to like 17 cents.
Oof.
And I looked and I was talking to some friends and like, yeah, it was spiked hardcore, but it's typically like 7 cents or something.
Yeah.
That's the normal of what it was, and I felt real bad about it. So I just hodled until it spiked back up again, and I got my money back. And
Did you just cut even?
Yeah, I made like $10.
Heck yeah.
I mean, I should have waited.
Always hodl.
But like,
hodl.
Nah. I should have bought it like when it was 7 cents.
Yeah. Well, should have been, could have been.
Should have been.
I'm right there with you. When I first bought in, I didn't buy an insane amount. I bought maybe $60 worth for like 31 cents at the time, and I waited about a week. It had spiked a little bit, and I was like, maybe more. Maybe it go up higher. So I waited, and then it crashed.
Yeah.
And I panic sold.
Yeah.
And then I ended up, of course, when it spiked again, I was like, well, it's not going past. I think I got it at 51 this most recent time.
Kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got like $30. Like I don't necessarily want to like be super profitable. I just want to play the game.
Sure.
Because if you watch the trends of Doge Coin, it's like...
Well, the thing is, so that's one of the reasons. It's super volatile.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to buy into a currency whose value is tied to Reddit threads.
Yeah. I mean, it's straight up imaginary money.
The value is tied to Reddit threads and the mad tweets of a billionaire meme lord.
Yeah. The billionaire meme lord.
Yeah. It's just
the richest
ridiculous.
man in the world.
Yeah.
Mr. Elon Musk.
Is he a trillionaire? I don't know.
Oh, I don't think so. I think we would have heard about that if he had crossed that threshold.
Maybe.
I don't know. I know.
But it's just if something happens to Elon, Doge is done.
Probably.
Or maybe the opposite. Maybe he becomes a martyr, and his dying wish is for Doge to become the currency of Mars. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, okay, if market trends are anything to look at, this past weekend, not this weekend, but last weekend, he hosted SNL, and he got out ahead of the production of it or the airing of it, and said, "Hey, just so you know, I'm doing a skit about Dogecoin," and all of the high-end investors scattered.
Yeah.
It crashed like 50%.
Yeah. Like he was doing damage control is what he was doing.
It was sitting at like 63, I think, and then it just tanked to 31. Like it was like that night and day. And that alone should tell you how scary it is to invest in this stuff.
Yeah.
Because if one man can be like, yo, I'm making a joke, and it cuts the value of something in half, it's insane.
Yeah. And Doge, that's why at the start of this topic you asked me if it's going to the moon. I said no. There's no way. It's the value isn't tied to anything. It's Elon Musk and Reddit threads, and that's it. Yeah. And that's not sustainable. It's way too volatile, and people aren't gonna hodl. They're gonna buy it, wait for the spike, sell out, and that's why you see that up and down, up and down.
Everybody I talk to, they're right there. They're like, oh, I've got my sell order set at, it was 69 cents for a lot of people, $1, which I would absolutely love for Dogecoin to hit $1.
As soon as it hits $1, it's going to be 5 cents the next day.
I know. But the fact that we could somehow take something totally imaginary, I mean, because that's what That's what it is.
I mean,
it's not
money's already
tied to anything.
imaginary.
You're not actually mining Doge.
Yeah.
It's literally just made up. If you can take that and make it worth more than the United States dollar, that's incredible.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's quite great, but it's for the memes. That's the biggest for the memes there is.
For the memes.
But no, I mean, I wanted to play the game. I wanted to be a champion of the Doge, but you know, it's just too much. It's too volatile. It's not going to get there.
I don't know. I'm gonna hold mine.
You hold yours. You be the guy.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not gonna
no.
be the guy.
You
be the
you
guy.
want me to tell you who's the guy? I work with a guy who, he put $1,000 in.
At what price?
29.
Okay, it's not the worst.
No,
It's still
but
not
he dumped
good.
$1,000 and he said, "I'll if it retains its value, great. I don't think it's gonna tank to nothing because cryptos are the future.
Sure,
I
but
think. I mean, it's we could spend all day talking about blockchain.
Are you saying that it's going to be the underdog of the crypto world?
That's what we want it to be. That's
Yeah.
why everybody's rooting for it.
Yeah, it's the
That
underdog.
and they want to make money.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said, I put $1,000 in it, and I'm not ever gonna sell it until like 10 years from now, because he wants to maybe if he doubles it, great.
Right.
I mean that's amazing.
I mean, there's those stories of people who put $1,000 of Doge Coin in like the beginning of the year.
Oh yeah, your first stimmy.
Yeah.
Put your first stimmy down on Doge, and you'd be riding in a Tesla.
Yeah. Craziness.
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right. Well, you want to talk about blockchain, or you want to
No, I don't
send
know.
this on
I
home?
don't know enough about blockchain to talk about it.
I think it's a
I'm
cool
just-
concept.
Yeah, it's very cool, and I think blockchain is the future.
We just got to figure out the energy stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
okay. Real quick.
Yeah, yeah, we
Crash
can talk
course for
about
blockchain. Blockchain is basically, your bank statement. What if your bank statement, instead of being on your bank server where only they can access it, what if it was like a public record where any changes on anyone's statement is seen everywhere? That's blockchain. The problem is, currently blockchain is used just for cryptocurrency. And
No, NFTs too.
Oh, NFTs. We're not going to get into NFTs.
Next episode.
Next, yeah, we'll deep dive the NFT hole. But basically, the amount of if you've ever heard anybody say, "Oh, I'm mining," they're letting their computer go to the blockchain, the processing power that it takes in order to keep all of this information intact. And it's beneficial because these computers are nowhere near each other. Every average Joe with a mining rig, that's part of it. As long as his rig is alive, the chain is intact. Like you can bring it back up. So you've got computers scattered all over the world that are using power
Yeah.
in order to keep this monolithic tracking of this universal bank ledger on every transaction afloat. And from what I've heard, it's like more power than the entire country of England uses in a day.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's unsustainable at
There
this
was
point.
reports of, I believe, a factory in upstate New York, I believe. Some sort of power plant, I think, was opened up pretty much just to mine crypto.
Wow.
And like smokestacks are going on and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the jokes are hilarious. Like, yeah, this is my mining rig / heater.
Yeah. Mining rig / heater / freaking pollutant.
Yeah, and that ties back up into the scalping. That's where all the graphics cards are.
Yeah. I don't know why it takes a lot of graphical power to mine crypto. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
I figured, wouldn't it just be CPU power?
Maybe.
Just compute power?
I,
Just like
Not
floating
an expert.
point, like
maybe we'll get a
processors?
guest on here soon who knows a little bit more about it and can
Yeah.
kind of go deep into cryptocurrency. But we were mainly just focusing on the Doge, whether to hodl or to drop it like it's hot. But
So, if you know about crypto
yeah,
and you want to come on and explain to us smooth brains how crypto works and blockchain
Help.
and all of that, please do. Drop an email to what's the email?
email is lifeandgamespodcast@gmail.com.
All right, drop it down there and we'll have you on.
Yeah, it should also be probably the top link in the description. We want to hear from you. If you want to be a guest, if you have an idea for the show, anything. You just want to tell me how nice my shirt is.
That was very
know,
nice.
I know.
Let them see your shirt.
Yeah,
Spread out a
it's
little
got all of the Alolan Pokemon on it. Big fan, big nerd. Anyway, I think that's pretty much going to wrap things up for us today. What do you
bit. I think
Carl?
so.
All right, real quick, we have a few shout outs.
Yeah.
First off, I want to thank Eak Da Freak.
Shout out Eat.
Yeah, thank you. He's letting us use his music for our intro and outro.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, he let me listen to his most recent track that's supposed to come out.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to talk about that, though.
No? Well, no, I'm not going to show it, but get hype, because it is very, very good.
Get yourselves ready.
Yeah, man. I think he said the first of the month of June.
I think so.
I'm not entirely sure, but when that drops, it's going to be fire. I mean,
It's going to be hot. Get yourself a glass of ice water.
Yeah, man. He lays it down.
A glass of milk.
When I was talking to him last night, he said he just went in the zone.
Yeah.
Like, he just forgot who he was and just became Eek.
Yeah, and you could feel it, too.
It's fantastic. So thank him. He's, I mean, his links to all his stuff is also going to be in the description. Please check him out. Give him a sub. And just, if you like it, you like it. I mean, it's good stuff.
Speaking of subs, if you liked what we had here, don't hesitate to drop us a like. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up button. If you want to keep coming, I'm a plug. If you want to keep coming, hit that sub button. If you didn't like it, well, I mean, you can hit the dislike button twice. I guess that'll work out.
Yeah, hit it twice. Let me know.
All right.
I've got a couple other shout outs. I want to thank Brian Garcia, Tim Smith, and Jordan Connor. They were all excellent consultants on helping us get this production live.
Yeah.
Every step of the way. They listened to the unaired pilot and gave notes. They checked the show run, gave notes on the set. They helped us with pretty much everything. So thank you guys so much.
And we can shout out you next time as well. If you have anything to say,
Yeah.
tell us what you liked, what you didn't like. Drop it in the comments. Email us at lifeandgamespod if you're going to be extra critical and don't want to share publicly. But we'll take everything.
Yeah, absolutely. The criticism is good. I mean, we wanted to try to make the first production as high quality as possible, but there's going to be gaps.
Oh, yeah.
Always room for improvement. And just so you don't miss an episode, there are a few other places you can follow us. If you have Twitter, we're at Life and Games Pod. We're on Facebook as Life and Games Podcast. And if you are feeling really frisky, what is it, Monday through Friday at 10 p.m.?
Monday through Friday at 10 p.m.
Mr. Soda Pizzle here will go live on Twitch playing a variety of different games from Magic to Pokemon to whatever he feels like playing that time.
Yeah, I'm mostly sticking to trading card games right now. Monday through Fridays, my schedule is Pokemon trading card game. I'm sorry, Monday through Thursdays.
Right.
And then Fridays is Friday Night Magic, Magic the Gathering Arena on Twitch and YouTube. So catch me out there. We've got some pretty cool people hanging out. I'd love to have some conversation and just chill and play some games.
Absolutely. And if you want to figure out when he goes live, you can follow him on Twitter at soda_pizzle, which will also be in the description. Give my man a follow. And I think with that, that's pretty much all. I'd like to thank you. The person we want to thank the most is you. I mean, if you're watching this, you're giving us a chance to provide entertainment for you.
Yeah.
There's no reason for us to be doing this other than to hear ourselves talk if you're not watching. So thank you for tuning in this long. And with that, we'll see you next week.